If one of the most talented black artists of our lifetimes can't get album of the year, what does it say about the people who are in charge of critiquing the culture? Let's talk about it.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What's going on? You can tell by my voice I am super irritated, pissed off. I honestly was really hurt behind seeing Beyonce not win album of the year. Yes, I knew there was a possibility. I don't trust these. I don't trust them at all. But the little bit inside of me is just like, maybe they will get it right. I felt like I was someone continuously voting every year and expecting systematic oppression to end. Like, I felt like, you know, maybe the Democrats will get it together. And once again, I was, you know, it was all a lie. But this video is not necessarily to completely drag the entire out of the Grammys, but it's a therapeutic session for me to get everything off of my chest about how I truly feel about the Grammys, Beyonce, and like her getting her recognition. You had other artists who were out here praising this woman, saying that this is the best artist of our decade. This is a woman that's a performer. Beyonce does not have one bad album. She doesn't have any bad performances. With the drunken love on Grammys, that's questionable. But Beyonce is a force. So what does it say if every artist respects this woman? They talk about her. They're flying to different countries to see her perform. They're like the artists of the artists. Like, what does that say? Beyonce is that girl. Let me tell you, y'all know I have no problems giving Beyonce her lashings when it is necessary and needed. This album definitely deserved album of the year. I don't care. I don't care. If you are one of those black folks that are saying, well, if you're one of them black folks that say, well, Harry Styles' album was good, then I'm assuming that you're a raccoon automatically by default. I don't need you defending a white man on my platform at all. If you are on here on any platform doing Black History Month and defending a white man that's around here dancing in cheap ball gowns that's made in Party City attire, then you need to get off the platforms immediately. You need to go ahead and just rethink your whole life. Even Harry Styles, and I don't care about dragging him either. I don't, because he opened himself up for a dragging when he got on that stage and he said that men like him or people like him do not win. White men created the Grammys. Like, white men are the folks who are voting and keeping black folks from receiving awards in this thing. How long has it been and how many black folks have actually won Album of the Year? Go back and look at the research. Not that many. Not that many of them have won. And we know that all this stuff is influenced by racism. Like come on now, like anti-blackness. We know that. And I'll give you a point. Like, I was watching this last episode of Last of Us. Watch these last two episodes, and there's been music that we've heard that is after the apocalypse, because people are not creating music like that anymore. So it's like you're going back listening to classics and stuff. What music is being played as a classic? What music survives after the apocalypse, when white people are the storytellers telling us that this is the music that people are listening to? White music. Because white music is American music. When they do the black music and stuff, it's kind of like a play, it's a joke on blackness and being hip, but it's never considered music. It's considered other. Like, you have other music and then you have American music. Like, come on, like, look at the history of all of the things that we have seen when it comes to giving black folks awards. Come on. And that's how I see this. These people are able to make decisions of who is the culture. White people do not have culture. So sorry to tell you that. Y'all don't. The culture that y'all think is the culture that they want to teach in the history books and saying that y'all ain't really did. The culture that y'all want to be known for is being taught in history class, revisionist history about what y'all have done to get to where y'all are at now. So let's get that out the way. I am pissed, irritated, because yes, Beyonce is definitely deserving of this. She's definitely deserving of it, and she's not losing anything. Yes, she'll still be rich. She's still going on tour. I was just on the website, fighting to get these tickets. Let me tell you something, I'm a little bit pissed because my city card ain't carding like that. I got a limit and I can't get the ticket I want, so I'll have to fight some of y'all tomorrow to get the ticket I really want, because I want to sit on the floor. Because this woman has proved time and time again that she is that girl. Which is why the first song on the album is I'm That Girl, because she is. It's known. She is the moment. Stop playing with her. Like, stop playing. And to have Harry Styles get up there, like, the bare minimum of like this wannabe queer aesthetic and stuff that he's doing, like, girl, you can't dress like you dressed like the woman that was out here looking at the crystal ball on Harry Potter. You're not talented. I almost said it like what Carisha. You're not a, I almost said it like Tokyo Tony. You're not a girl. But that's beside the point. Harry Styles might have had a decent album, but we know that white men are allowed to be mediocre and still pass by. We literally have seen this time and time again where the black worker, the black woman at the job is doing her things, excelling, all of the stuff, and she is not getting anything other than a plaque. Meanwhile, her peers, her white peers, are doing the bare minimum and steady growing and climbing up the ladder and not being, you know, underpaid like the black woman is. Like, we know that there's been conversations like, come on now. So to say that this has not affected Beyonce time and time again, not being recognized for album of the year. Renaissance was a solid album. It's culturally that girl. Like, could not turn it off. Not lying. And y'all know I ain't the biggest fan of Plastic Off the Sofa. That's not Plastic on the Sofa, whatever it is. I ain't listening to it. It's a cute song for her. Album was amazing. If I don't like it, I just don't like it. I don't care who made it. Just I ain't feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Just not feeling it. But this album was able to make me feel some type of way. This album is like historical, like black queerness, like what are you saying? Like like conversations and stuff. Nobody is talking about Harry Styles like that. Nobody. And if you're talking about the white folks, yes, because white folks love mediocreness. Y'all don't mind it. Y'all would throw everything on stage for, and Harry Styles, that performance Sunday night proved that he's mediocre. That performance was horrible. Like, even there was some magazine websites that was dragging and saying like this was terrible, like this performance was awful. Beyonce could never, Lizzo could never, Doja Cat could never. Our black artists could not get on the stage and perform like that. They will get dragged. Like, there is a conversation about black artists having to go mainstream to even be considered an artist across genres. There's a conversation about black artists having to go mainstream, like being accepted by white folks. And that takes a lot because one, y'all not listening to black music. But I have to hear y'all music when I'm going to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, any Target, all of that other stuff. Like, if it's not about whiteness or upholding whiteness or any significance towards whiteness, white folks don't want to listen to it. That's why it was a joke when Beyonce did Lemonade. Folks said, oh my God, Beyonce is black. White folks did a whole Saturday Night Live skit. Beyonce's black? Like, because they didn't see her as a black woman like that. Like, oh, this is just music, this is music. But the moment Beyonce started talking about her blackness, and like, she's always been talking about, don't get it twisted, but the way it was like, oh girl, this is not the acceptable black that we like. Like, girl, you talking about look too much. That's when they started to pull back. That's when they started to pull back and just, oh, we're not going to that concert. I first went to a Beyonce concert in 2007, thanks to my mother and her beautiful American Express card. We went to go see, I think, I Am World Tour or whatever. Amazing. The woman performed. It was in the nosebleed section. I consider nosebleed. I think it was F section. Still nosebleed to me because I want to sit on the floor. I want to smell Beyonce's perfume. I want to see her wig. I want to be able to touch. Doom, doom, doom. I want to feel the moment. But even from how far I was still entertained. I still felt like I was a part of the show. This woman is definitely deserving of Album of the Year. And people know that. People know that she is deserving. But if you look at some of the stuff some of the folks on the voting committee have said, they have a problem with black folks. They have a problem with analyzing black music because they don't like black folks. They don't get it. Black folks have to give everything. They're not allowed to be mediocre. This woman put this album together, and I think it was supposed to come out 2020. It was supposed to come out like a year or two ago. Still was able to wait some time and still put out a body of work that we are still waiting on the visuals for. Still waiting for the visuals. Like, you can't name, like, this woman is the most nominated person, like, as far as Grammys. The most, which means she's been receiving Grammys throughout her entire career. She's been receiving Grammys for her bodies of work and her music for her entire career. So what does that say? She's the most nominated, she has the most Grammys, and yet when the Grammy that is the most, all of the Grammys, Album of the Year, people are not able to accept it as that. So, if Beyonce and all of her might, all of her creativity, all of her talent cannot get that, what does that say about other black folks? If this is the best of the best across all folks, and she cannot, and she's black and light-skinned, because we have to add that in there too. What does that say about other artists? What does that say about other artists who are making music that makes them feel good and are black? Like, what does that say? When the Academy can't they can't recognize her, what does that say about everybody else? If Beyonce is losing, what does that say about everybody else? All the other black folks that are just as talented. What does that say about the industry? What does that say about how black music is looked at and how it was, like, what does that say about how labels and the quote unquote taste finders see black music? What does that say? What does that tell us, y'all? If we cannot see her get awarded for this greatness, then what is greatness in the eyes of white folks? What is that? And I understand, folks, that we need to let the Grammys go, we need to stop, I would love to do that. But these folks have a hold on everything, that it's not even just about Beyonce winning the Grammy, it's about all the black folks who have worked on this album. All the black folks who have put their everything in this album. It's not just about Beyonce, it's about all the black creatives who put this body of work together and have not been able to be recognized for their greatness. What does that say, y'all? And yes, we should be pissed off. I see people saying, well, y'all surprised again? Y'all surprised again? The moment that we sit back and allow is the moment that they continuously get over without any type of pushback. Yes, there needs to be pushback. Yes, there needs to be outrage and whatever. It takes nothing for us to say that's because if we allow that to just continuously go on, what does that say 20, 30 years from now when people go back and talk about this and there's no criticism, there's no nothing about it. There's no conversation. Because y'all know how revisionist history happens. So no, I'm not going to allow myself to not speak on it just because I know. I'm going to speak on it and document it so the future generations can know how they did this woman. Not just once, but twice, probably 3 times, to be honest. What does that say? We can't remain silent. I'm not going to. Not documenting this for research purposes, for quality assurance purposes. This call will be recorded on the recorded line for future research and conversations. Period. So yes, Beyonce was done wrong. Absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. There's not a little bit, and I know some folks will say, well, he's black, so he's automatically, no, not even just that. It was a good body of work, point blank period. Point blank period. And no, I don't listen to Harry Styles. I don't have to listen to Harry Styles. Like, that same conversation is not given to white people. When y'all sit here and say, well, have you listened to the album? Do white folks listen to black music as much as we listen to white music? And they're still allowed to critique it and all that other stuff. So don't give me that. I don't have to listen to his music and say it ain't for me. White folks are able to do that every day and critique black music. They don't listen to black music like that. You think they're going home listening to that? They're not. So don't tell me. Don't tell me when you need to listen to. I don't need to listen to Boom Cat, Harry Styles, disco non-realness. Not interested. I know some of y'all probably did, and there's nothing wrong with it. But some of y'all who feel like y'all need to defend this white man on Black History Month, y'all raccoons. Point blank period. If you feel like you need to defend him from criticism and stuff and trying to defend how he's happened, let black folks cook. Let them be pissed off. Shut up. And a lot of y'all, honestly, no tea, all shade. A lot of y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if the last couple of your boyfriends is white. I wouldn't be surprised if your future boyfriend gonna be white, to be honest. And I guarantee you, if your boyfriend is black, it's probably a questionable black. He probably a raccoon too. And you just so happen to find a raccoon so y'all can have raccoon babies. Pissed to the highest pissativity. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to take me another happy pill because, girl, I'm pissed. I'm really, really pissed. And I'm probably going to lose my voice again. But Beyonce deserves better. Beyonce deserves better. She deserved better. Period.